Senator Reid.
Well, I certainly concur with Senator Schumer's in calling for our Republican colleagues to seriously negotiate an appropriations bill for 2023. As it stands, if we have a continuing resolution, it will be a disaster for our military personnel. First, defense spending will be about $62 billion lower than the level set out in our Senate bipartisan NDAA bill. And I'll emphasize bipartisan. In practice, this means the Defense Department will operate with at least $3 billion per month less than the level President Biden requested for fiscal year 2023. And the damage would be compounded significantly by inflation. We put forward in our legislation specific funding to cover the cost of inflation. That would not be at all included in a CR. Now, the people who will really bear the burden of this disastrous mistake of doing a CR are the men and women of the military forces. This CR would delay investment in barracks, infrastructure, child care centers. 97 new projects totaling $5.7 billion would not go forward. And further, the 4.6% pay raise that we've included in the National Defense Authorization Act on the Senate side, that would not be funded because the funds would not be available. Second major issue here is that this would cripple our ability to modernize the forces of our military. Under a CR, there can't be any new starts for acquisition programs or military construction projects. 192 new start efforts in procurement and R&D and 49 procurement rate increases would be prohibited. This was aptly described by General Berger, the Commandant of the Marine Corps. As he said, a CR is the last thing a force seeking to accelerate modernization needs. It represents a return to the budget uncertainty that has plagued the department for more than a decade. In effect, we'd be forcing our services to invest in legacy equipment, and this is simply congressionally mandated waste. Also, at this perilous moment in the world, a CR would cause a $5 billion shortfall in modernization efforts. And given these realities, we're in a situation that this would do significant harm to our national security. As General Brown, the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, said, all the money in the world cannot buy more time. Time is irrecoverable when you are working to keep pace against the well-resourced and focused competitors. Time matters, and we are wasting time at the expense of our soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and guardians. The time has come to move on this bill, to get an omnibus, to make sure that our forces have the tools they need, the resources they need, and send the message that we are ready to defend the nation. Thank you.